Jubilee June stays hot. Billy Napier locks in the 4-star safety, Kane Hall. Boy, oh boy, that's 4 commits now. I know it's not a lot for a lot of you, but hey, the thing's moving in the right direction. That's 2 commits in 3 days in the month of June. Jubilee June, like I said, is alive and well. Let's talk about it. The phone has been buzzing, beeping, however you want to call it, because we're getting some noise. There's a lot of traction going on with the visits over the last 2 weekends. More coming up this weekend. We get the Hayes Fawcett tweet, the Billy fist pumping. We know something's coming. We've been hearing about it. We're trying to figure out what name is it going to be. Yeah, there's options out there right now. There's a plethora of names where Florida feels very comfortable and very good as of now. Kane Hall, we talked about it, I think just 2 days ago. Cristobal came in for him. One came in yesterday as well. It was a Wiltfong yesterday. Bender had it first on Sunday, right? We talked about it then, and now here we are sitting here, and even Cody wrote up an article because when he saw the Fong bomb from Wiltfong, he's like, I got to write it up. I got to see what this kid's all about. Phenomenal article he wrote talking about the great things and what this young man possesses. Let's talk about what he possesses, and we'll talk about what it does for this recruiting class and how it's going to, the overall look of it is heading now for 2026. What I like to see thus far is just his ability to open field tackle. Very patient with it, sets his feet, hits the guy head on, not flashy, not going to show up on ESPN for top 10, just knocking somebody out. But this play right here should show up in top 10 ESPN of just flying through the hole and leveling. You'll see at the end of this as well, he plays all over the football field, whether it's DB, whether it's nickel, whether it's wide receiver. I think he plays a little quarterback as well. Slides into that linebacker position. 6'3", 193 pounds. Needs some more weight. That 210, 215 spot, the sweet spot, if you ask me. Puts on maybe 205. Maybe 205. Puts on a few more pounds. I do know that he's coming off an injury. I think that could be affecting his ratings on other platforms. Again, he is a 4-star on 3. 247 has him as a 3-star. They don't like his ability on man. That's something he has to work on going into the next year. But again, he kind of reminds me of what Triquez Bridges was for us last year. Kind of that big, lengthy secondary guy that flies all over the football field. And we know how impactful Bridges was last year for our team and what he was able to do. So kind of Jordan Castell-esque, but I think a little bit bigger size, more physical. In my opinion, believes he reads the field very well. A couple 247 write-ups about him, thinks that that's something he can work on, as I'm sure that it is. But again, when I'm comparing him alongside other guys that I've watched in his position, this is mainly junior year and sophomore film, he looks very sharp, very clean for a junior/sophomore, depending on when this highlight was pulled from. So very excited for this pickup, as I am for any pickup, as you guys know. But I did notice something, okay? We talked about it on Monday's show with Stephen Harris. We went back to that 2023 class, and we talked about how much of that class is impacting this year's success. I think out of 22 commits, right, and then I think 2 or 3 more for the transfer portal, 4 left, right? So 25 minus 4 is about 21 guys from that class are all impact starter day 1 guys, okay? What I notice in comparison to this class to that class, because right now, when you look at Javier Carr, the offensive lineman, Jameer Perez, and now Kane Hall, these are our lower end rated recruits on 247. They're all 3 stars on 247s. And people are going to be like, oh, don't even get me excited about it. Don't even talk to me. And it looks very similar to what I was looking at last night. When you go to that 2023 class, that bottom half consisted of Bryce Thornton, Aaron Gates, and Najee Harris. And just, it kind of gives me that same kind of feel of just when you turned all those guys' tapes on, there was something about it that you liked. The gear, their work ethic, their grind. These 3 all, in my opinion, fit that same mold. Now, a lot of season left. I expect these guys, and again, Kaidon Hall's a 4-star kid on 3. So we'll see how he climbs in the rankings for all recruiting sites. I imagine that he'll get his 4-star when it comes to on 3 here, or excuse me, on 247. But yeah, they have him as a top 150 nationally ranked player, 15th in his position, 91 point all. On 3 has him as our highest rated recruit so far. So keep that in mind. And Rivals has Will, Griffin, Carr, and Kane Hall are 4-star. Why that's important? Well, on 3 and 4 and Rivals are now the same. So they own it. One owns the other one now. Now, obviously, I think they're trying to still keep it separate, but just so we're all on the same page here. I expect him, again, coming off of injury, getting some more film underneath him, more camps, that he will climb in the ranks just because of what we're seeing thus far, his size, his ability to tackle and get things done. I think he'll make huge progress. Now, like I said, what it does for the class, to On3's ranking puts us at 43rd for nationally ranked headed into it, 13th overall in the SEC. So with a overall rating of 86.84, and then we didn't move much from SEC or from the 247 rankings. So we'll keep looking at both rankings. On3 again and 247 look at it a little bit differently. 247 looks at it more of a quantitative value, where On3 looks at a quality value, right? I think I said that right. So more of just the quality of players that are in this class versus how many players are in it. We always make fun of Miami, obviously, stacking in a lot of 3-stars to get that 247 number up. It is, a little ironic that I think On3 has done a great job of really taking over the recruiting market. 247 has fallen off in some regards. They've lost a lot of big-time reporters like a Wilt Fong, like a Blake Alderman. But we still use 247 for a lot of the staple, the baseline, if you will, for certain things. And I would say rankings is still one of them. On3's rankings, I don't feel like we've used enough, and I want to use it more and talk about it some more. So, love this pickup. Love the fact that we've got 2 commits in June. Jubilee June is off to a fantastic and sexy start. And I also, too, want to give another shout out to our website, or our merch store, which has just opened up. It is alive and well. You guys have been loving it, which is awesome for me to see how much you guys have appreciated this merch and have bought a plethora of things already in just a matter of a couple of days. Some Kane hats have flying off the shelf. That little shirt right there has flying off the shelf. The Gators by a Million shirt is selling like hotcakes, which I assumed that it would. A couple of whiskey glasses have came off the shelf. So it's really cool to see you guys support this and appreciate the brand enough to buy and just go get Hightop sports merch. That means the world to me. A lot of times we've sold stuff in the years past have been like the Beat Miami and things like that, which are cool. We've made those, but this is representing us, and it means the absolute world to me that you guys are purchasing those. And just a little fun fact, if you do buy something, you get a fun little video from me telling you how much I appreciate you. So you get more me time if you want that. I don't think that you do, but in case that you do. We all know that Mark Scott's mom does. So anyway, y'all be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Let me know how you're feeling about this recruiting class thus far. Has Billy got more up his sleeve for Jubilee June? I think so. Till next time, boys. Peace and love, baby.